Estimate activity resources is the process of estimating team resources and the type and quantities of material, equipment, and supplies necessary to perform project work. Basically, we're trying to figure out everything that we need in order to turn our plan into our deliverable. Our outputs include the resource requirements, the basis of estimates, and the resource breakdown structure. Resource requirements identifies the types and quantities of resources that we need for each activity within a work package. The basis of estimates tells us how did we come up with these numbers? Who did we speak to? When did we speak with them? And what types of constraints, risks, and assumptions were taken into consideration as these estimates were being prepared? Sometimes this could include a range of estimates and a level of confidence. The resource breakdown structure is a hierarchical breakdown by resource category. We can choose whichever categorization scheme is most conducive to the project work that we have going on. We could go ahead and look at labor, materials, equipment, and supplies. We could go ahead and break it down by time phase. Basically, whichever makes it easiest for us to manage the project's resources. With our project documents updates, the activity attributes, now that we know what resources are required for which activity, we can go ahead and update this document accordingly. The lessons learned register as we derive our lessons learned from this process, and also our assumptions log. So perhaps we are assuming that a certain skill level or a certain skill set could complete work in a certain manner in a certain period of time. We just finished discussing estimating activity resources. Describe in your own words the purpose of this process. The purpose is to document all of the resources, your human capital, equipment, machinery, raw materials, everything that you need to complete the project's work. What types of enterprise environmental factors and organizational process assets should be considered here? EEFs could include the resource location, availability, and skill level, while the OPAs include the staffing policies we have for acquiring equipment or materials, and any lessons learned we have from past similar projects. What types of resources will you be estimating for your projects? All types of resources, anything that we need, including personnel, equipment, supplies, materials, anything we need to complete the work. What is a resource breakdown structure and how is it useful? A resource breakdown structure shows you resources need by type. It's very similar to a work breakdown structure in concept. How does estimating resources play into other estimating processes we've discussed? This is going to work directly with estimate activity durations and also estimate costs. And the three of these processes will kind of go back and forth until we find an answer that satisfies all of our constraints.